Or like not, or like you know, this botsen. What is botsen translate? Translate. No, not trans. Translate, sorry. You have no idea what is on my laptop right now. Not that there's anything wrong with that, by the way, but it's just not the headspace that I was in. Okay, so I'm trying to find some music to get me more in the headspace of filming, because I've been struggling this morning and I've had many days of crying, and I think it's because of my period. Anyways, I opened my Spotify account. The homepage of Spotify gives you some inspiration or albums to listen to based on what songs you've been listening to, I guess. And it's saying hou de vibe op gang, and it means keep the vibe going, inspired by a recent activity. This is I don't know why, but I haven't been listening to like sad music, but it's saying life sucks, broken heart, what is it, alone again, what is this, and then chilled pop hits. How weird is that? Okay, so this is not what I need. I want some 90s happy hit. Oh, Dolly Parton. I love Dolly Parton. I am a big fan of country music, American country music, but a lot of people don't know that about me. Oh, and it has a video clip as well. Okay. Hi guys, and welcome to a new video. Today was actually supposed to be a video about some investments for my health and fitness level, but I just felt like making this video instead that was more in touch with what I was feeling right now, and that is how to navigate your heart and your head if you have to choose between your heart and your head. I hope that this video will help you. Let's just start off with when we are younger. You might have noticed that there were always people eager to tell you their life advice, to tell you to follow your heart, your passion, your dreams, and they not only told you this in their words but also in their actions. Like they showed you Disney movies, they let you read books with characters that were seemingly uninteresting and doing not much with their lives until they decided to go after their dreams and be brave, and they ended up having the most amazing life. A lot of Disney movies are like that, and I feel like we grow up thinking that we have to trust our feelings and we need to follow our feelings and we need to trust ourselves with our feelings no matter what. I know that this sounds weird because why wouldn't you? But what actually also happens is that you start listening to your fears as well as to your longings, because your fears are also a feeling, and you can easily convince yourselves that the fears you have might be a reason to stay in a relationship or not do certain things that might be good for your development to do, because you think this is my feeling and I need to trust my feeling. And what also might happen is that you might start to believe that a relationship is a chemical reaction that starts from the beginning and will last till the end of time. But it actually isn't just a chemical reaction. It is a committed daily practice, because you're dealing with two people that might love each other very, very, very much, but also have to adjust to be able to live together, to be together. Whenever you put two people together in a house for a longer period of time, there are going to be hard times. And with the relationship, it's also the fact that you two chose to be with each other. And when you have a roommate, or remember growing up, if you had siblings, or even with your parents, you would fight, you would argue, you would have miscommunications, and you didn't even choose to be in that relationship. So imagine getting older and choosing to live with someone because you love them and you want to spend your life with the person. It's gonna be a committed practice. And of course there's a beautiful part in relationships, but I just don't like the thought of relationships being so romanticized in Disney movies and also in regular movies that no one can actually get there, if you know what I mean. And you might also realize that you'd like some sort of a structure and routine in your relationship that didn't just happen, but you two had conversations with each other, got to know each other, and decided on some things in your relationship to create some structure and routine. So you might also think, well, that is something we created with our brain side, and the relationship started with our heart. So what is it that I have to choose? Both of them are pretty okay at times. So what should I do? Should I listen to my heart only, or should I listen to my head only? What is it that is the right way to live life, to do life? The moment that your heart and your head are, what's that, botching? Crashing? No, it's not crashing. The moment that your head and your heart are having a conflict or are in conflict with each other, you might be totally confused about what to do anymore. And you realize that the all or nothing mentality just isn't working in life if you live by that rule. And I feel like what we don't really learn is that you just can't rely on one of these things, your heart or your head. You have to use them in the right place at the right time. And I feel like the examples in society, I feel like that is way too mature to say that, but examples in society really didn't show us back then in the 90s and the 2000s how to navigate between your heart and your head. In the movies, it was just always follow your heart, especially when it came to relationships. And I really, really disagree with that. I feel like there's a lot of unhealthy relationships going on because of girls thinking that they should only follow their feelings. I think that there's a time to think and there's a time to feel. So when do I use which part of my body? And I think that question has multiple answers. But in this case, ask yourself the next question. What would result in the best possible outcome for your life? In order to answer this question, you need to have a vision for your long-term life and make decisions that support that. Our feelings are telling us where we want to go, and our head is telling us how to get there. Sometimes we're stuck because we just don't want to accept that something isn't working and that we might have failed or not lived up to our own expectations or someone else's expectations. And sometimes we just have to end a part to start a new part and continue with life. We're stuck because we don't want to end something because we think that everything would be useless, especially when it comes to relationships. I don't know why I keep coming back to relationships, but I think I had my heart broken so many times, and I've learned so much out of that. So maybe it's because I also had a conversation with a friend a few days ago about this. She had her heart broken pretty recently and we were discussing this, and I think that I have her in mind when I'm talking about this part of the video. Sometimes our head is saying this is just not working, and our heart is saying don't give up, don't give up, don't give up. This might be true love, this might be true love. So when our feelings are telling us I want love, I want to be loved, I want to be in a relationship, and you might have something in your life right now that has the potential to be that, but the potential is there for the last years. So you are living years with the thought of this has potential, then you might have to use your brain and your head in this one and think, okay, I want love, I want to be loved, I want a relationship, but this is not the path to being loved because it hasn't been working in the last years. So your feelings can tell you that you want something, but it doesn't necessarily have to be one way or with this one person if it's not been working. So if you're in a relationship where in Dutch we say de koek is op, so it's like there's no cookie left, everything is eaten, it's done, there's nothing to build on, then you might have to question, is this really the path that I want to take to have a soulmate? Is this the path that I'm gonna accept for getting my soulmate? Not forgetting, but for getting my soulmate? Or is this just too, I don't want to say too much of an effort because I feel like relationships are an effort, but is this too hard? Like too hard on your soul? Is it hurtful? Is it not something you deserve? And you know what you deserve, right? You're not gonna take less because you think this is the closest you've ever going to get to finding a soulmate, or if you don't believe in soulmate, because I really don't, in love. So I'm hoping that you will ask this question. Try to reevaluate why you want it so badly, what it is that you want, and if this is the path that you're willing to take to maybe get there, maybe not. Eventually, what I'm trying to say with this video is try to not only rely on your heart and on your feelings, because fear is also a feeling. And if you're afraid to be alone, or if you're afraid that you're never going to find someone, then it's easier to stay in a relationship with the excuse of, this is what my heart is telling me, because they are your feelings. But also have a sense of common sense. So I'm so sorry that sometimes my English just isn't on point, just isn't what I want to let these thoughts and things that I want to say come across. But I think I just need to practice more and make more videos, because there's so many things that I want to share, and I feel like this channel is the perfect place for me to share it, because there's I don't make any money off of it. It's not my job. My job is actually my blog, my Dutch website. So I feel completely free on this channel to do or say whatever I want, and to shape it in something that is new for me. So that makes me excited, and I just have to get through the struggle sometimes of trying to find the right words in English to make sure that I let you know what my thoughts are on something, and hopefully the message comes across. So yeah, to give you one other example that is not a relationship example, when you have a job that might essentially be a pathway to your dreams, but if you feel empty and uninspired, then you might need a break. And I know that this is so strange to say, because we live in this society where everything is so fast, and you have to grab all the chances that you get and work your butt off and hustle, grind, all of that, have no sleep, get up at 3 a.m, do your workout, get to work before 10. You've already had 6-7 hours of efficient work. That is not for everybody. That is not what makes everybody efficient in their work. Sometimes it's efficient to have 8 hours of sleep and have a focused mindset the hours that you're awake, instead of waking up as a zombie and just going through the motions without actually being present. So that same question also comes into place at that moment. It's is this the path that I want to take to success, or do I want to take some breaks in the course of my life? And with breaks, I don't mean being lazy and doing nothing for a long time, because I feel like that could also be an excuse for other people that don't really want to work hard, and then they think, oh, I need to take a break, I'm not going to do anything, and then they start working again, but it's also not full effort, full focus. So this might just apply to a certain part of people that want to make their dreams come true. That's very easily said. What I eventually want to point out is that a burnout is not the way to success. It's definitely not. I've almost been there. I've stopped myself at the right time. I started talking to a coach, and I've realized that there's absolutely a balance that you can find in taking breaks and working really, really hard with 6 or more hours of sleep every night. Because I was getting 5 or less for 2.5 years. It almost made me hate my job. And that is the last thing that I want. Yeah, a burnout is not the way to success, if you ask me. I'm hoping that when I'm editing this, I actually understand what I'm saying, because now that I feel like I've said everything, I'm just hoping that it made sense. I hope you liked this video. Leave a comment to maybe open up the conversation about maybe your situation or something you have experienced and you want to share. And if you don't want to miss any videos, then subscribe to my channel. I post new videos every Friday. And hopefully I will see you next week. Bye everyone. This might not be a good time to film, because I turned on the washing machine. And if you, please no. Open up the conversation about these topics.